everyone. Welcome to this mini masterclass. I want to formally welcome you all here. My name is Karen, and today is the 14th of December 2025. We are gradually coming to the end of 2025, and I'm so grateful that we're all here. Looking forward to a more fulfilling year filled with blessings, more grace, literally for everyone here and for our businesses. Um, I'm wishing everyone here a more prosperous 2026. Okay, so why are we here today? I'll be showing you how to review your entire business for the year. We're going to be reviewing, ignore my handwriting, reviewing your business for 2025. Okay, this is what we're going to be doing in 2025. We're going to be reviewing our business. The reason why we're going to be doing this is to determine if our business was profitable or not. This is the key word. Was it profitable? Now, profitability doesn't have to do with you just going for makeup services or being busy. There's a lot more. You need to understand, were you actually profitable or were you running a charity organization? So at the end of this particular session, you would be able to understand where your business is right now. You'll be able to see clearly where you are coming from, and you'll also be able to set a clear path for 2026 to know where we're going. Some persons keep repeating the same mistakes year in, year out. Do you know why? Because they have simply refused to actually review what is working for their business, to know what they're going to keep and what they're going to stop doing. So let's say they are doing something wrong, or maybe there's something wrong that you've been doing 2025. You have no idea that you were doing this thing because you've not sat down with your business and gotten to understand what exactly did not work for me. If I ask you this simple question, was your business profitable this year? Was it profitable this 2025? Can you confidently give me an answer? If I ask you what services brought you the most income, can you confidently answer and say, this particular service I offer? As makeup artists, we have different services we offer. They might be just under the same tree, like makeup services, home services, trainings. So these are under the same makeup, okay? There are some people that also offer other services like lashes, hairstyling, people that have like big salons or shops. They offer all the services. Which of your services brought you the most clients and the most income? Can you pinpoint and say, yes, this particular service brought me the most income? Okay. Which social media platform did most of my clients come from? Can you confidently say, okay, most of my clients this year came from TikTok and some also came from referrals? Can you confidently tell me, okay, at least 70% of my clients came from TikTok, from referrals, I got 30%, and Instagram, I didn't get any clients at all? So, in order to measure, like completely measure if our business is growing or declining, we really need to know all these details. It is very important. I can assure you that it is not difficult to do. Me, I don't like maths at all. And at a point, um, this particular thing, I ran away from it for a long time and I regretted it a lot because if I had started making these calculations earlier in my business, it would have been so easy for me to move. I would have moved faster, like way faster than I did. But I kept putting it off, and I don't want you to do the same thing. This is very important, and it's common knowledge that every business person should have. Basically, everything I'm going to be talking about today is from this book, The Makeup Business Made Easy. Literally, I'm going to be reading from this book and I'm going to be showing you the chapter we're going to be talking about. Um, let's go to the table of contents and see what we have inside. So, we have the chapter one, which talked about the mindset for business growth. Okay, you need to overcome limiting beliefs. If see this, why I put this chapter as chapter one is because if you don't overcome this particular thing, limiting beliefs, you can't even move forward with anything. This is number one. Okay, you need to be able to build a mindset of an entrepreneur, to not be able to give up easily, or to stop limiting yourself and thinking you are too small. There's a lot of things you can do as an individual, that you keep limiting yourself and setting these boundaries for yourself that only happen in your mind. In reality, these boundaries are not there, but it's only happening in your mind. So you need to make sure that this is sorted out before you can even progress. Okay. Chapter 2, we talked about how to structure your makeup business and build a brand. So if you're someone that needs to rebrand for 2026, this chapter 2 will be very valuable to you. Chapter 3, we talked about the business resources and everything you need to operate your business smoothly. We talked about the financial part as well. Chapter 4, we talked about visibility. If you're struggling with visibility or your content, you need this chapter. It's encompasses everything that has to do with building a very trustworthy brand for yourself in a way that people want to book you because they trust you and they've seen the value in you. They've seen your aesthetic, they've seen how you post. Literally everything that has to do with content is in chapter 4. And chapter 5, this is what we're talking about today. We're going into deep into chapter 5 today, where we're going to be talking about clarity and how to get clarity in your business. We'll also have chapter 6, which talks about marketing, positioning yourself and marketing your business, marketing strategies for your business, and how to create offers that sell themselves. If you see somebody like Glam by Omoye, she's always creating offers. These offers are like gold mines, and this chapter 6 is going to show you how to create offers. You can never be broke when you have an ongoing offer, and when you strategically position your offer, girl, you're good to go. Chapter 7 talks about pricing for profits. Or you are seeing that you are not even progressing in your business, you're always broke, but to increase your price is a problem. This is for you because it's going to show you how to price with confidence. You're going to understand your worth. You're going to be able to communicate your prices without fear. Okay. Chapter 8 talks about selling with ease. As a business service provider, you are selling. We are all selling. Okay. We are all selling. You are selling your service. Don't think that because um you're not selling clothes or makeup products, you're not selling. You are selling your service. So you need to understand sales psychology. You need to be able to have strategies for selling and making people pay immediately when they contact you. Because if they don't pay immediately, guess what? You are giving them opportunity to go to another makeup artist and go and pay them. So you need to collect that money immediately. This chapter 8 is going to teach you how. Chapter 9, we talked about elevating your business, becoming a beauty CEO. Okay, not just a makeup artist, not just a roadside makeup artist or a hustler. And chapter 10, we talked about real goals, action steps to build a thriving beauty business. Okay, we talked about setting clear business goals, because one thing about these goals, it's extremely important. It helped my business a lot. Setting goals. In fact, that's why I have this board. The reason why I have this board is for my goals. In the morning I wake up, I have my goals written. It's only clean because I want to use it for this class. I set my goals accordingly, daily, monthly, yearly. I have my goals. It's very important. Okay. And I'll also suggest you have a board like this so that in every morning, daily, you have your goals written. You know what you are going to do. Because a lot of people, they wake up, they don't even know what they are going to do. And it's very important for you to know what you're doing. Because sometimes you end up scrolling your phone, blah, 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 and you end up getting nothing done. So let's go to chapter 5. Guys, this is what we're doing today, gaining clarity in your business and why clarity matters. Okay. When I finally did this exercise for myself, I gained instant clarity in my business. I could see clearly where my business was heading. And at that point, my business was going like this down, and I could see it clearly because I was able to do these calculations. Okay. The first thing we need to do is set up our clarity workbook. Let me write this in capital letters. So we're setting up our clarity workbook. What is a clarity workbook? Okay. The clarity workbook is a book that is dedicated to your business calculations. So if you have a book you can use, if you can also get a new book that you can use to calculate your business. In fact, anything with numbers, anything that has to do with numbers when it comes to your business, this is where you calculate it. It will help you to stop moving in circles because you know exactly where your money is coming from and you know exactly where your money is going. So you need a book that is, you name the book a clarity workbook, okay? So I'm going to demonstrate my clarity workbook on this board. But before we go into that, our starting point, okay? Let's say starting point. Our starting point is to first know how much your business earned in the past 3 years. 3 years is the limit. Is the limit. You can do 4 years, you can do 5 years, but don't do 2 years. Okay? Don't do 2 years, do 3 years. So let's say this is 2025, right? This is 2025. We are starting from 2023. So 2023 to 2025. This is what we're working with. To do this, you have to list out your services. So first of all, think of all the services that you offer. I'm going to use myself for example. I offer, let me start from coaching services because I feel like this is one of my most um, recent and profitable service. Okay, let's say I have coaching services, I have makeup services, I have bridal services, I have makeup trainings. Basically, what we're doing right now is to write everything that is bringing you money. Write it. If you sell makeup products, you write here makeup sales. In fact, if you do lashes, you write it lashes services. You write lashes services. Okay. So basically, identify all the services that are bringing in money into your account. Okay. I also do sales of digital products, so you can write digital products. Just identify all the services that are bringing you money. This is the first step. Okay. Now let's go straight into our clarity workbook. I'm going to show you how you can arrange your clarity workbook, how you can actually draw the board, draw your tables inside your clarity workbook. Mind you, this is here. What I'm teaching you is inside. Look at it. This is what we want to draw here. We want to draw this here inside. I just want to show you how you can do it on your own. Okay. So this is our clarity workbook. The first thing we want to do is to write your business name. So I'm going to write K Scarlett. Guys, ignore my handwriting. Writing on this board is actually a chore. And I'm going to write my date. Today is 14th, right? 14th December. I'm going to draw my line. Now I'm going to start here, year. I'm going to write here, year. I'm going to write month. I'm going to write service type. How easy is this? Very easy, right? I'm going to write number of bookings. I'm running out of space, guys. Then I'm going to write price per booking. And I'm going to write total. Okay. I'm going to do this again quickly. Okay, so basically I had to rearrange it so everything can fit perfectly, so it can be clear for you guys. So this is the year, this is the month, service type, number of bookings, price per booking. Man, I'm not doing this well. This is the first time I'm teaching like this, so so service type should be bigger, number of bookings here, price per booking, and the total. Yes, so I think we've gotten it right now. Okay, so we're starting from 2023, right? So we're right here, 2023 month. We're starting from January, obviously. Okay, so let's say in January you had different bookings. So let's say, for example, you have home service. This is service type. Okay, I'll write home service here. Home service. Let's say we have studio service, studio makeup. Let's put it here. I want to try and do this quickly. Let's say we have bridal makeup. This is part of your service. Remember, every service you offer, write it here. Then let's say you have trainings, okay? You write it here. So let's say these are the services you offer, okay? Now, makeup, you calculate. Now, how do you even know how many services you offered? What I do personally is I save anytime I have a booking, I save it on my calendar because I feel like that's the easiest and simplest way you can even start saving bookings right now. I have all my bookings down till 2021, like even farther than that. I have all my bookings because I always put them in my calendar. So if I go back to my calendar, I can see it clearly that on this date I did two home service. On this date I did three. The only downside about that is you cannot keep track of your clients, like their names and all that. So if you want to do that, you will need an actual app to do that. And there are many apps you can use. For me personally, I just like the easy stuff for now, which is not so professional. But yes, very soon I'm going to change. I tried one app one time, which was really, really good, but I felt like it was quite stressful for me. And I do a lot more other things. So sometimes I just want to be lazy like that. Okay. But on a normal day, you actually need an actual app. So yeah, you can keep track of your not only keep track of your bookings, but you can also keep track of your clients. Okay. Now, what I do is I just go back to my calendar, and let's say January I did home service, three home service. Okay, here is titled number of bookings. So let's say I did three home service, I did five studio makeup, and bridal makeup I did two trainings. I trained four people for the month of January 2023. Let's start here. Now, when you're doing your price per booking, how much do you charge per service? So let's say home service, you charge 90,000. You come here and write 90,000 times 3. For studio makeup, maybe let's say you charge 50,000. You come here and write 50,000 times 5. Do you get what I'm doing? It's very easy. Very, very easy. Ah, so let's say bridal makeup, you did two bridal makeup and you charge 200,000 per bridal makeup. You write it here, 200,000 times 2. Then let's say for your trainings, each person you charge 100K. You come here and write 100,000 times 4. Can you see how easy this is? So now you come here and now calculate 90,000 times 3. You write the total 270,000. I hope I'm doing the right calculations. So studio makeup 50,000 times 5, that's 250K. If I'm wrong with my calculations, just try and understand what I'm doing, and that's it. 200 times 2, 400K, you write it. 100 times 4, 400K, you write it. Okay? Now here, you total everything. You total everything here. So how much is everything? Should be like 1.3 million. This whole calculation should be like 1.3 million. Wait, am I doing this right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Is this correct? Anyway, guys, you understand what I'm saying. So you calculate it like this. And then you come back here, February. You do the same thing. Home service, studio, this. You write the number of bookings. You calculate. You write it. You write how much. And then you total. So you keep doing this. This is February. You keep doing this. I'll come again March. This is for the 2023, right? After this, you enter again 2024. Let's say we've gotten up to December here. December. You come again 2024. You write it. And then 2025 too. At the end of this calculation, guys, you'll be able to understand how much you make on a typical month. You see that some months, maybe January and February, you are still making around the same 1.3 million. You see that other months you make higher, probably around December. You see that December your income really increased because you did a lot of bookings, and you might see that okay, December you made up to 4 million. Do you get? But there's a particular number that you keep getting all the time or something similar. That is your monthly recurring revenue. That's what's called MRR, your monthly recurring revenue. This monthly recurring revenue will give you an insight to know how much on a typical month your business makes. So whenever you want to calculate anything, whenever you want to say, oh, how much do I really want to make this month? Do I you are thinking of how to exceed your monthly recurring revenue. So probably if the money you are making and the monthly recurring revenue is too small, then you can set a goal. You can set a goal that in this particular month, I want to increase from 1.3 million, that is my monthly recurring revenue, to 3 million. I want to make up to 3 million. Then you can start thinking, what services can I do in my business now to give me 3 million instead of this 1.3 million that I keep getting in my business? Then you can start thinking, okay, for me to get 3 million, that means for home service, I need to get up to 6 home service. I need to try and get up to 6 home service. Then for studio makeup, I need to try. I normally have five. I need to get up to 10 studio makeup. Then I need to try and get up to 4 brides this month. And for training, I need to do more trainings. I need to get like 10 people, 10 students. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody is getting me. I wish this was live. But this is so easy, because then you'll be able to know your goal. Once you set your goal, your goal as 3 million, then your brain will start getting to work. How can I increase my service? How can I increase only 3 people I service? How can I increase it so that my monthly recurring revenue would also increase? Then you'll be able to see clearly how much more effort you need to put in your business. But guess what? If you don't know all this, you will just be working. You just be working. You just be working. You just be working. You don't even have a goal of what you want to reach. You are just moving blindly. There's nothing as bad in a business as a business owner to move blindly. Nothing as bad. So no matter how difficult this might seem for you, and see, it's not even difficult at all, but you need to do this. You need to do this. If you have any questions about this after watching this video, you can definitely ask me. But you need to do this. And in fact, you don't need to ask me. Go and get the book, The Makeup Business Made Easy. Everything is inside. Let me open it again for you guys. Everything is inside. See? See what I said just now. You need to know how much your business has earned over the last 3 years. This is your starting point. It's literally, I told you guys from the beginning, I'm reading from this book. Okay? So it is very, very important to know. Now, do you know that after all these calculations we did, after all this money we're talking about, you can still be broke? Do you know that you can still be broke as a business owner after all these calculations, after saying that, oh, you made so amount? Do you know that you can still be broke? You can still be broke. To ensure that you are busy with sense, you are working, you are busy, but you are doing it with sense, you must calculate how much it takes to run your business. How much it takes to run your business. You must calculate this. This is another thing we need to. This is another thing we're getting into now. You must calculate how much it takes to run your business. Because guess what? That 1.3 million you are calculating, that is your monthly revenue, yeah? Guess what? That is not your profit. Do you know why? Because you are spending that month, you are spending money for your business. You are spending money on fuel for your generator. You are spending money on transportation to go and meet your clients. That is coming out of your pocket. You are spending money on your rent. If you have a shop, you are spending money on your rent for your shop. Okay? You are spending money to do product restock. So let's say in that month you restocked your Fenty beauty powder or you restocked your foundation. This is a business expense. Okay? This is a business expense. It is not part of your profits, my dear. This is not part of your profits. You see why it's important to calculate all this, to know if you are running a charity. Because some people, after you removed all these things, you will see that, and then you're pricing, let me say, you're pricing 10K per makeup. You're pricing 10K per makeup. You will use transport, you use all this. by the time you calculate your money, you see that you are running at a complete loss. You realize that the money you are even using to survive is money that your father is giving you, or your brother, or your uncle, or your auntie. It's not coming from your business. It is not coming from your business. And that is where there's a big problem. Okay. If you don't understand this, you keep pricing this 10K. 2026, you keep pricing this 10K, and you'll be wondering, why am I not buying this thing? Why can't I buy my cream? Why can't I restock my products? But do you know why? Because you do not know your business expense. You do not know your monthly recurring revenue. You've not set your goals to know how much you need to know to make per month to be able to gain profit. Remember, we're talking about profitability. This is what we're talking about, profitability. It's not about having a makeup business. Who is actually profitable? That's why sometimes some people, you look down on yourself, you limit yourself so much because you are looking online, you're saying, this person is making money, this person is doing client, oh, this person said 5 clients, everyday clients. Is that person profitable? You don't know. If me now, if you look at me, you will feel like probably I'm not even making money, because I will not come and start posting 100 clients a day. I have other sources of revenue inside my beauty business. I know how busy I was. I do coaching, I do one-on-one, I do a lot of other things. I have a book, I have digital products, I sell a lot, you know. Remove your eyes from another person's business and fix your eyes inside your business. If you can do this, your life will be better 2026. Some people can't remove their eyes from another person's business. How would you know what is going on in your business if you are constantly looking at the next person? And no, spend time inside your business. You realize that you don't even have time. Me, I don't have time for a lot of things because my mind is, my mind is completely inside my business. I am in a competition with myself, only myself, because I'm thinking, how do I progress? For 2026 now, I already have my goals. I already have crazy goals that I'm trying to meet. I already have the money I'm trying to make per month from January, February, March down to December 2026. You need to do the same thing. If you don't do this, I can assure you that your business might be running at a great loss, but you will be working in total darkness and blindness. So now you calculate your money. So let's say your monthly the money you make in a particular month, let's say for January, is 1.3 million, like we calculated, 1.3 million. Now you have to minus your business expenses to see if you're profitable. So let's say for fuel, in that month you spent 50,000 for fuel, you paid your staff, let's say staff, you paid your staff, let's say you have two staffs, you pay them 50. I'm just using random numbers. You pay them 50,000 each. 50,000 times two. Your transportation, you spend 50,000 on your transportation. In fact, let's use 50,000 for everything. Oh no, we can't use 50. So let's say your rent for that month. Now we understand we don't pay rent monthly, but when you have your rent, let's say your rent is 300, let's say your rent is 3 million, right? Your rent is 3 million per year. You would divide it by 12. You divide it by 12. That will now give you your monthly rent. Do you understand what I'm saying? That will give you your monthly rent. You divide that 3 million you're paying per year by 12. It will give you your monthly rent. That figure is your monthly rent. That's what you put here. That figure is what you put here. Let's say 200,000. Me, I don't know maths. Let's say 200,000. Your product restock. You calculate all the products you bought. You write it here. 200,000. At the end of the day, what is your total expenses after calculating everything? This is 400, 500, 550. Okay, 550,000. Now remove 550,000 from 1.3 million. 550,000. How much do you have? Calculate it. Me, I don't know maths, guys. Calculate it. 1.3 million minus 550,000. Write the total here. That total here that you have, that's your profit. Okay. Now from this profit, you still have to you still have to pay your house rent too. You still have to pay your house rent. You still have to eat groceries. This I'm talking now about your personal spendings. Okay, I'm talking now about your personal spendings. To to do this, you will need to get your bank account statements. So the same thing we did for I just got mine last week for the month of for 2025. You will get your bank account statements. Then you start calculating your spending. The same thing you did for your business, you do it for your lifestyle. You do it for your lifestyle. Okay? You're going to do the same thing for your lifestyle. You calculate your groceries, all the things you bought for food, milk, Milo, eggs, you calculate it, all the things, even eating out, you write it. Me, I eat out a lot. Eat out, you write the amount. You write the amount. 100,000 for that month. You write the amount. You spend 50,000 to eat out. Let's say, which other thing? Your house rents. So just the way you calculated your rent for your shop, you also calculate it for your house, your monthly. I told you how to calculate your rent per month. So you write it. Basically everything, your self-care, your creams, your perfumes, your soap, detergents and everything, you write it. After writing all this down, you write the total. You write the total of how much you actually spend for your upkeep per month. So let's say the total is 2 million a month. This is just me saying. So now what you're going to do now is to add the 2 million and also your expenses, your business expenses. Okay? The total of your business expenses, you write that one. That was 1.3 million, right? That's what we calculated. 1.3 million. Now you total this. Okay? I don't know if you're getting me, if everybody is following, but I really hope you're following. So now you add these together and then you total it. This is 3.3 million. Okay? Now, this particular amount is the least amount you should be trying to make in a month. This is the least amount. So when you're setting your goals, at least you have a number that you're looking towards. And guess what? This is not the actual number. You should aim above this number. And that is when you can actually say your business is profitable. Now, I want you guys to do this calculation and let me know if you're actually running a profitable business or not. Now, this is going to help you set your goals accordingly. You'll be able to know, should I increase my pricing for next year? You should know that very clear. After all this, you should be able to clearly understand if you should increase your prices, if you should go for an upgrade class, which of your services brought in the most money so that you understand which of the services you will focus on in 2026. You understand if you are wasting your time in some services, because after calculating you will find out that some of your services don't even bring you money at all. So instead of focusing on those, you then start focusing on the ones that actually give you money, that people actually come to you for. It will also help you set your prices accordingly, because nobody wants to be running at a loss. So just imagine in a month now, this amount now, maybe with all this calculation, you are making a total of, let me say, 500K. When your monthly expenses for your business, your monthly expenses for your lifestyle is costing 3.3 million, you see that the money you are getting from your business is 500K. That is a total loss. That means do you know what this means? It means that you have been doing people's makeup for absolutely free. You're spending your time, you're spending your transport, you're spending your money for absolutely free. There's no gain, no gain. So it's something you should really look at. Please make sure you are getting the makeup business made easy. Apart from this chapter, there's a lot more inside here that you're going to benefit from, especially going into the new year, for rebranding, for literally getting in the right mindset and everything in between. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.